Let me show you something your bank really hopes you never calculate. You have $10,000 sitting in a savings account. You feel responsible. You feel safe. Every month, you check the balance, and the number never goes down. But here's what that number isn't telling you. While your balance stays the same, the prices around you don't. Groceries, rent, gas, everything gets more expensive every single year. So your $10,000 still says $10,000, but every year, it buys less. Your money isn't sitting safely in that account. It's quietly shrinking. And today, I'm going to show you the real math, the same $10,000, two different choices, and what actually happens after 1 year, 10 years, and 30 years. By the end, you'll understand why the wealthy almost never keep their money in savings, and what they do instead. Round 1. 1 year. Let's take two people. Same job, same city, same $10,000. The first one puts the money in a regular savings account. The average savings account in America pays about 0.5% per year. That's $50. Now, quick pause. Yes, high-yield savings accounts exist. Some pay 4 or even 5%. We'll get to why even those lose the long game in a minute. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people's money isn't in those. It's sitting in a regular account at a big bank, earning almost nothing. So after 1 year, person 1 has $10,050. The second person puts the same $10,000 into a simple index fund, a basket of the 500 biggest companies in America. No stock picking, no trading. Historically, the market has returned about 8% per year on average. After 1 year, $10,800. But wait, we forgot someone. Inflation. Prices went up about 3% this year. So person 1's $10,050? In real buying power, it's worth about $9,750. They didn't gain $50. They lost $250. Person 2? Even after inflation, they're up almost $500 in real value. 1 year, same money. One person got poorer while feeling safe. The other got richer while doing nothing. And this is where it gets interesting, because this gap doesn't stay small. Round 2. 10 years. Person 1 keeps saving. Every year, the bank adds its 0.5%. After 10 years, the balance shows $10,512. The number went up. Feels like progress. But inflation compounded too. 3% every year for 10 years. In today's buying power, that $10,500 is worth about $7,800. Read that again. 10 years of being responsible, and they can afford less than when they started. Person 2's index fund, compounding at 8%, $21,589. Even adjusted for inflation, that's over $16,000 in real buying power. Same starting point. 10 years later, one has lost 1/5 of their wealth. The other has more than doubled it. Here's the part nobody explains. Compound interest works in both directions. For the investor, it compounds gains. For the saver, inflation compounds losses. You're always in the game. The only question is which side you're on. Round 3. 30 years. This is where the math stops being interesting and starts being life-changing. Person 1's savings account, after 30 years of faithful 0.5% growth, $11,600 on paper. Real buying power? About $4,700. More than half their money. Gone. Not stolen. Not lost in a crash. Just quietly eaten, year after year, while the balance looked fine. Person 2's index fund at 8% for 30 years. $100,626. 10 times the original amount. Even in inflation-adjusted terms, over $40,000 in today's buying power. Same $10,000. Same 30 years. One choice ended at $4,700. The other at $100,000. The difference wasn't luck. It wasn't skill. It was just knowing which table to sit at. Now here's the question that should be bothering you. If savings accounts are such a losing deal, why do banks want your savings so badly? Why all the ads? Why the safe and secure talk? Because here's what happens to your money the moment you deposit it. The bank doesn't put it in a vault. The bank takes your money and invests it. They lend it out at 6, 8, 10%. They put it to work in exactly the kind of assets we just talked about. Then They hand you back 0.5% and keep the difference. Your savings account isn't where money rests, it's where the bank borrows from you, at the cheapest rate you'll ever accept. The bank isn't doing anything illegal. They're just playing by rules they understand, and most people don't. Now, before you close this video and move everything into index funds, stop, because there are 3 situations where savings accounts actually win, and skipping this part is how people get wrecked. First, your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses. This money's job is not to grow. Its job is to exist when your car breaks down or you lose your job. The market can drop 30% in a bad year. Your emergency fund can't afford that. Savings account, period. Second, money you'll need within the next 1 to 2 years. Saving for a laptop, a trip, a deposit. The market is a long-term game. In any single year, it can crush you. Short-term money stays in savings. Third, money you can't emotionally afford to watch drop. If a red number on a screen will make you panic sell at the bottom, you'll lose more than inflation would ever take. The formula is simple. Save for safety, invest for growth. The mistake isn't having a savings account. The mistake is keeping your entire future in one. So let's bring it home. $10,000, 30 years. In savings, $4,700 of real value. Invested, over $100,000. The banks know this math. The wealthy know this math. Now you know it too. If this changed how you look at your bank account, subscribe. Every week on Broke No More, we break down the money math that nobody teaches, so you stop playing a game where you don't know the rules. Next video, you finally save up enough to buy a home. Everyone says renting is throwing money away. But is it? Renting versus buying. The real math. It's not what you think. See you there.